You know,
You might have noticed something strange happening around the world. It feels like the world is incredibly chaotic right now. We see wars breaking out, crypto markets are collapsing, scandals are being exposed. It feels like everything is happening all at once. But I have to wonder if all of this noise is actually a distraction from something much bigger. While we are looking away, governments are quietly building a system that will change how we live forever. That system is the enforcement of digital ID. At first it sounds harmless. A modern ID system that lives on your phone. No more wallets, no more documents. One card that proves everything about you. Simple, clean, convenient. The United Kingdom is already calling their version the Brick Card. It is basically a digital identity for every citizen. Your car, your bank accounts, your medical history, your investments, even your property documents. All linked to one ID. All stored on a blockchain so nothing can be changed or erased. On the surface, this sounds fantastic. You will never have to carry a wallet again. You will never lose your ID because it is all stored safely on the blockchain. It is ultra convenient and secure. However, this convenience is exactly how they will get you to sign up. Once you are in the system, the government introduces programmable money. This is not like the digital banking you use today. This is money that has rules built into it. Imagine a world where the government can program your money to work only in certain areas. If you say something online that offends the wrong person, they could restrict your spending. They could stop you from buying travel tickets or limit how far your electric car can drive. It sounds scary, but they will make it very hard to resist. They will likely introduce universal basic income between 2027 and 2030. They will offer everyone free money every single month. The only condition is that you must sign up for the digital ID to receive it. Most people will take the free money without thinking about the freedom they are giving up. They will choose convenience over control. The wealthy already know this is coming. That is why you see billionaires buying massive amounts of farmland and remote property. They know that the only way to maintain true freedom is to be self-sufficient. If you own your land and produce your own energy, you are harder to control. And this brings us to the most important point, that what can you actually do right now to protect yourself? The first step is to keep using physical cash. Every time you tap a card or use a phone to pay, you are helping them build the digital prison. Cash is the last form of private spending we have. You must use it or we will lose it. You should also focus on becoming less dependent on the system. Try to pay off your debts as fast as you can. When you have debt, you are vulnerable to interest rates and banking rules. Real freedom comes from owning things outright.
Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Yahweh is the true name of Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God. And Yahweh Shai is the true name of the Heavenly Father's Son, the Son of Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. I want to give double honors to my apostles and to my elders of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from. And peace and blessings goes to the hopeful members of the Lord's elect, my brothers that are out on the highways pushing his word and his truth in sincerity. In today's lesson, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rachakodash, which Rachakodash is Hebrew for the Holy Spirit. Today's lesson will be centered around the MOTB, the mark of the beast, which is a major prophecy that is about to come to pass. And everything you see with the digital ID being rolled out in certain countries like UK, certain countries making it mandatory for people to pay digitally, through a digital currency, all that is leading to the fulfillment of Revelation chapter 13 verse 16, which we here at Great Millstone, starting with our apostles, elders, and us brothers, have been constantly going into this. All right, and we're not gonna stop. All right, we're not gonna stop because this is a major prophecy that's about to come to pass. If you're watching, you've seen what's going on with everything going digital. These data centers are being built up. It's all leading to ultimately the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip. All right, there's nothing else but the RFID chip, because you are gonna have other guys that's gonna say the mark of the beast is this and that. No, the mark of the beast is simply the RFID chip, man. It's nothing other than that. Okay? So when we get the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16, which says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. All right. Now he is Esau Edom, the global elites, specifically the Dukes of Edom, the global elites. All right. They're going to cause everybody, every single individual, in order to partake in the society, in this new order, in the system that they're currently setting up, you're going to have a mark, whether in your right hand or in your forehead. And if you don't have it in your right hand or your forehead, you're gonna have people that may put it in their left hand, put it somewhere else. But majority of the people are gonna have it in their right hand or in the forehead, as the scripture says. All right, and it don't matter who you are in society. Okay, you could be very rich or you could be poor. You're gonna have to have that mark. You could be an athlete. You could be an entertainer. You could be a garbage man. All right. It don't matter who you are in society. You could even be in prison, locked up. Whoever you are, you're gonna have to have that mark in order to participate in this system that Esau is setting up. Okay. So it says to receive a mark in the right hand or in the forehead. And now you got three Greek words. You got charagma, which is the word mark, charagma, which is the actual chip, the RFID chip. Then you got charax, which is the needle that they're going to use to put the chip in your right hand or your forehead or wherever they put it. And you got grapho, which goes into the information of all the records and the information that this chip is going to contain of everything about you. Now, right now, there's a lot of talk of this digital ID, which that's how Esau does. He does things gradually. He doesn't all bring it out at once. He starts it off gradually. Okay, just like with anything, like with even the debit cards, all that was gradually. We always use this as an example. The credit cards or debit cards used to have to swipe them. Then they had it where they have a chip where you have to insert the chip. Then they had it where you had to tap the card. So like I'm saying chip, but you had to swipe the card. Then you had to insert the card. Then they have it where you could tap the card. Now they have it where you don't even have to have a card. You could pay with your phone. Okay, now real soon they're gonna have it where you're not going to even need a phone or your card. You could have it inside your right hand or your forehead. All right, because that's where it leads to this next verse. It says that no man might buy or sell. All right, because this is going to be the new way of buying and selling. All right, if you want to make a purchase, you're going to have this chip. Hey, they're going to do away with cash and all that. Okay, if you want to own a business, and you have to have the chip, man. All right, and we're witnessing. We're in the process of all that happening. Okay, now this video, which was the inspiration of this lesson, I want to play it again. I played it so y'all can hear it first. Okay, but I want to play it, and I'm gonna pause it and bring out scriptures. Okay, because what in this video is saying, a lot of it is true, but there's some things that he's not at the end. It's at the end he's trying to give advice of what to do. There's nothing you can do. The only thing that we could do is trust in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. There's nothing that we could do to protect yourself, man, against this, man. This is ultimately the ultimatum right here. All right, if you want to, who you gonna serve? If you want to be down with this system, there's no scapegoat. You can't continue to function and be part of society if you don't have this chip, man. That's why this is where us sincere believers of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua,
You might have noticed something strange happening around the world.
Okay, but let's play
It
this
feels
video.
like the world is incredibly chaotic right
Right, it feels like the world is incredibly chaotic right now, which it is. A lot is happening. Okay, because Esau is all this, this energy, gas, water, all this shortage. You got pestilence. All this is not only to distraction, but all these things are happening. These chaotic things are happening for control, man, and it's gonna get worse.
now. We see wars breaking out,
It doesn't
crypto
stop here. It's
markets are
going to get a lot
collapsing,
worse.
scandals are being
All right. You're seeing wars break out, crypto markets crashing. Not only crypto markets, but you got the U.S. economy is going to shit. It's ultimately going to crash. Okay, groceries, you have people talking about inflation, everything's high. It's going to get to a point where you ain't be able to afford anything, man. All right, Esau is making the chaos, man, so he could bring the solution. And the ultimate solution is to receive this chip where you get UBI, Universal Basic Income, every month, where everything is controlled, because that's what this chip is about. It's about control. These devils want to put everybody in digital slavery. They want to control you, man. Okay, and that's what these people don't realize. Because what we're about to see, they're about to make everything, make it this chip like it's convenient for you, man. Very convenient. Okay, which is a trap. It's ultimately a trap. Okay. Remember, in Genesis, the 3rd chapter, okay, it refers to Esau, which at this time he was known as, the serpent. Let's bring that out real quick. Genesis, the 3rd chapter. In the first verse, it says, "Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which Yahweh God, Yahweh Bashim Shai, had made. And he said unto the woman, yeah, hath the Most High said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden." Now I brought this out because the point is, now the serpent, which was Esau Edom, wasn't an actual snake, right? Was more subtle than any beast. All right, the beasts were these other nations. All right, the other nations. These were the beasts, and Esau was the most subtle, most crafty. Okay, now let's look up the word subtile. All right. In the Bible, the word subtile, often spelled subtle, primarily means clever, cunning, sly, or deceptively shrewd. Right. Esau is deceptive. That's how he's going to get a lot of the masses to take the chip. He's going to deceive them into taking the chip. All right. Like it says in working of his miracles. I think when you go let me go back to Revelation 13 chapter. Give me a second. Revelation 13 and I think it's I know it's 13. It might be 13. Right, Revelation 13 and 14, it says, "And he deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword, and did live." Right, so Esau, when he brings this mark of the beast, right, he's going to deceive a lot of people. And he's going to do it by the way of those miracles, which is that technology. Okay, and his next, I
think some kind of brain machine interface
does this, man.
That
scandals are being
I think some kind of brain machine interface that can give you cybernetic superpowers, I think, is probably good. It could help people that have brain or spine injuries. Enable people who've never spoken for years to speak again, which we've done. Give people eyesight who have lost both eyes of the optic nerve or maybe have never even seen at all, blind from birth. By direct interface to the optical centers in the brain, you can actually restore eyesight, or give people eyesight that they've never had before, and you can enable people to walk again, which I think is profound. I mean, these are kind of Jesus level things, like let's say, like when technologies are hitting like Jesus level miracles, that's pretty good.
Exposed, it feels like everything is happening all at once. But I have to wonder if all of this noise is actually a distraction from something much bigger. While we are looking away, governments are quietly building a system to change how we live forever. That system is the
Yeah, these Edomites, they're trying to be like the Most High. They're trying to be like God. Okay, but again, Revelation 13 and 14, it says, and he deceived them by that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, right? That technology. All right, how this chip, this Neuralink, this brain chip, you're able to walk again. If you can't walk, you're seeing people do things with this chip, man. You're seeing people that don't have arms and have a Neuralink installed inside in their brain and able to move a mouse, man. A computer mouse, able to control the computer with just their mind. That's a miracle that these people they're gonna put out there, and they're gonna see. All right, they're gonna see these miracles, and they're gonna get deceived by it. Like, yeah, I could do this, I could do that. All right, they're gonna get deceived by Esau, man. That's why I brought out in Genesis, the 3rd chapter. Okay, the beast was more subtle than any beast of the field. He's very crafty. That's how, and you go to Job 5, Salakia, if I'm all over the place, right? I believe when you go to Job 5, all right, it speaks of his craftiness. Because Esau is a crafty man. He's very subtle. He's going to deceive the world, man. Because this is a trap, man. Ultimately, this is a trap. This is no benefit towards for the masses to have this device in them. This is a total trap, man, that's going to get you into digital slavery, where Esau is able to control everything about you, man. They're going to have total control. If you say or even think something against them, they're going to shut off your chip, man. That's total control, man. Even with the electrical cars, man, they're pushing the electrical cars, or all for the environment. No, it's for control, man. Everything is for control. All right, let me see. Job chapter 5 verse 12, it says he disappointed the devices of the crafty. Who's the crafty? Esau, Edom. All right, because Esau is not gonna just forcibly, in a way of forcibly make everybody take the chip by tying you down and put it inside. He's gonna do it in craftiness, man. He gonna make it seem like it's good for you, just like he did with the woman. All right, when you go to Genesis 30, he made it seem like learning the ways of wickedness. That's what it was, right? Learning the ways of wickedness, that it was beneficial for you, it was good for you, which it was not. Because look what ended up happening. This is why we're in this condition, because Eve had to take heed to the serpent. The Lord said you were only supposed to, learn the ways of righteousness, not learn the ways of these other nations, which is wickedness, right? But the serpent came in subtly, crafty. All right, made it seem like if she learned the ways of wickedness, yeah, you're gonna become a god. And where he lied, all right, he said, you're not gonna die. That's where he lied. Okay, and Esau is gonna do the same thing with his chip. He's gonna be subtle to the whole world, man. He's gonna make it seem like it's convenient for these people. It's convenient for you to take it. You don't have to worry about losing your children. You don't have to worry about carrying a wallet, your phone. You don't have to worry about, carrying your ID. All your information will be contained in this chip. But what they're not telling you is that they're able to control everything. All right, track every spending, know your exact location, know everything about you, man, because Esau has a God complex, man. All right, but it says he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform the enterprise. Right, and when you go into the back of dollar bill, annuit coeptus is on there, which goes into he will fulfill our enterprise, which is, Satan, right? But the Lord said he gonna disappoint the devices of the crafty. Yet Esau is gonna chip majority of the world, but they're not gonna be able to enjoy the new world order. They're not gonna be able to really eat, man. Because while they are eating, when you go to Job 20, okay, it says that the Lord's gonna rain the fire, his wrath upon them, man. Which is what? The nuclear missiles, man. The Lord is gonna destroy America, Babylon the Great. Okay. So let's go back to let's play this video again.
I think.
Oh, man, what's up with this, man?
You might have noticed something strange happening around the world. It feels like the world is incredibly chaotic right now. We see wars breaking out, crypto markets are collapsing, scandals are being exposed. It feels like everything is happening all at once. But I have to wonder if all of this noise is actually a distraction from something much bigger. While we are looking away, governments are quietly building a system that will
Right, and not just the chaotic things that happen around the world, right? Which I know I said earlier, Esau's making it chaotic, but it's also the Lord, because his prophecy be filled. Wars, rumors of wars, earthquakes in diverse places. A lot of things are happening right now, right? But another form of distraction is this bread and circus, man. All these sports, these different beefs, these rappers, all that shit is a form of distraction.
That system is the enforcement of digital ID.
From what
First,
Esau
it
is
sounds
really doing.
harmless.
Let's not forget that. Right, digital ID, that's how it starts off, right? It starts off as ID, digital currency. It's all on your phone, right? But real soon it's all going to lead to that device, the RFID chip implanted in your hand or your forehead. That's what it's going to lead up to. This is not the end all
An ID
be all.
system that lives on your phone.
The
No more
ID on your
wallets,
phone.
no
The
more
end all be all
documents.
is when they
One
put
card
the
that
chip
proves
in you.
everything about you. Simple, clean, convenient. The United
Simple, clean, and convenient. That's how it's going to be. That's how Esau's going to push
Kingdom
it.
is already calling
simple,
their version the brick
clean, and
card.
it's very
It is
convenient.
basically a digital identity for every citizen. Your
Okay.
car, your bank accounts, your medical history, your investments, even your property documents. All linked to one ID. All stored on a block.
Yep, convenient everything. No more paperwork. Even with, like your bills and all that, your bank statements. You don't have to have it shipped to your house anymore. You could all get it digitally. You could all get it on your phone. Right? So everything is going to be stored on your digital ID, which is going to lead to ultimately having you have a chip in your hand, man. That's what it's ultimately going to lead, because it's gradualism. That's how it starts. Like with the card, man. All right, use the example of the card. It started with everybody taking everybody. It started with everybody swiping, then putting the chip in, then tapping, now paying with your phone. Same thing with this digital ID. It's gonna start on your phone, then it's gonna lead to what? You having that device in your hand. Because the phone could get stolen and all that shit, man. Don't be surprised if Esau pays people out here to start stealing phones.
Chain, so nothing can be changed or erased. On the surface, this sounds fantastic. You will never have to carry a wallet again. You will never lose your ID because it is all stored safely on the blockchain. It is ultra convenient and secure. However, this convenience is exactly how they will get you to sign up. Once you
That's how they get you. That's how The devil's crafty.
In the system,
that's
the
how he got
government
you.
introduces programmable
That's how you're
money.
gonna get the
This is not
masses,
like
man.
the digital banking you use today. This is money that has rules built into it.
Right, they're gonna control everything, your money. Right, they're gonna see what you could spend. Like even with the food stamps, right? You know, you had Trump saying that you got people here just buying a bunch of junk food, and then they changed it up where you can't just buy anything, man. You have to, if you want to buy the junk shit you want to get, you have to pay with your own money. Okay, so they showed you how they control that, man. Esau controls all that, man. All right. So let's not to say they
in a world where the government can program your money to work only in certain areas. If you say something online that offends the wrong person, they could restrict your spending, they could stop you from buying travel tickets, or limit how far you're...
Look at China. You cross the road, you get your they have like a credit system over there, man. You speak against the government, you can't rent, you can't travel on the planes, you can't travel on the buses, you can't live. You gotta live in the street if you get caught speaking against the government. The same thing you see happen in China is gonna happen here. You speak against their plans, they don't have to. All they gotta do is once they see your ass on camera, and it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter if you have your face covered, man. All right, this AI shit, this technology they got is so good they could spot you just off your eyes, man. All right, they could spot you off just off your location. Oh, you were there in the process at this time doing this. They cut off your chip. There you go. You can't eat. You can't provide for your family.
Electric car can drive.
You're gonna be out here begging. Okay. See, limit how far your electrical car can drive. That's why they want everybody electric. There's talks about them installing in these new cars, you know, kill switches and shit like that, man. Cameras where they can automatically
but they will make it very
you.
hard to resist. They will likely introduce universal basic income between 2027 and 2030. They will offer everyone free money every single month.
And that's going to sound great, having free money every month. You know, and there's already a lot of people that don't want to work, that hate working. They only got to work because they got to, right? But that's how subtle the devil's going to be, man. He's going to make it so convenient where, oh, you don't have to work no more. Just get UBI. You have so much debt, we could wipe it off. All you got to do is take the chip. Oh, you're in prison, you've been locked up for this much years, or your crime ain't that serious. If you take that chip, we can shorten your time or give you shorten your time and make you free. All right, these devils are gonna make it where people are gonna want it, man. Like it's the new Jordans or new damn Trader Joe's bag, man. And we see that, like we can see a line up for the chip already, man. People line up for anything nowadays, man. Like I seen a line out of Trader Joe's and it was for a goddamn stupid fucking bag, man. Cause it's goddamn purple or red. Like, come on, man. People will line up for anything, man. And you're gonna have people that are not gonna resist. People are automatically gonna line up for it and want to take the chip, knowing that it's the mark of the beast. But they don't care. Because they don't fear the Most High.
The only condition is that you must sign up for the digital ID to receive it. Most people will take the free money without thinking about the freedom they are.
Right, freedom. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people are not in tune to what's going on with this, man. They don't understand what the government is planning because they're too distracted on bullshit. Their mindset is too much on folly, man. All right, their mindset is too much on folly. That's why they can't see this, man. And when it's happening right in front of them, all right, they're gonna take it without question, man. You're gonna sign up without question because people love their lives in this wicked world, man. Let me see.
Giving up. They will choose convenience over control. The wealthy already know this is coming. That is why you see billionaires buying massive amounts of farmland and remote property. They know that the only way to maintain true freedom is to be self-sufficient.
they say to be self-sufficient. The system that Esau is gonna make is not. No one's gonna be self-sufficient, man. They're gonna make it where you can't be self-sufficient. They're gonna have control over everything. Remember what Klaus Schwab said: "You will own nothing and be happy, man." That's how it's gonna be. You're gonna own nothing, and you're literally gonna be happy. Or you own nothing, man. You live in a goddamn shack, small apartment. You used to live in a fucking 40-acre land, but now you live in a goddamn shack. You're gonna take everything from these people, man. You're gonna own nothing. All right, people already own nothing. It's just that
If you own your land and produce your own energy, you are harder to control. And this brings us to the most important point, that what can you actually do right now to protect yourself?
There's nothing you could do to protect yourself. The only way that you can really protect yourself is one thing. You gotta trust in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. Which the only ones that are gonna be against the system and are actually gonna eat and get by and be provided what we need, essentials, food, and all that, is Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. Because like it says in Revelation 3:10, he's gonna keep us from that hour of temptation. Because we have kept the word of his patience. You're gonna have people that know that this is the mark of the beast. You're gonna have people that are gonna resist. You're gonna have people that are gonna protest. You're gonna have people that are gonna riot. But eventually, when Esau shows the seriousness of this, that he ain't playing, when he gathers them up and puts them in concentration camps and takes a head off, a lot of them are gonna take it, man. The only ones that's truly gonna resist is the elect, even unto death, as it is written in Revelation 24. Apostle John saw those that did not want to take, wasn't down with the system and did not receive the mark, get put to death for it, man. All right, Esau's gonna take away your livelihood. You're not gonna be able to live. You're not gonna be able to do anything. All right, and a lot of people are gonna be they're at one point started to resist against it, are not gonna resist no more, because at the end of the day they have families. They gotta eat. They gotta live. Right. There's nothing right now in this case that you can protect yourself but go to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, which a lot of people don't have.
The first step is to keep using
The
physical
Lord
cash.
on their side, man. The Lord is only on the elect side, which we hope to be a part of. And this is where it goes stupid, right? First step, physical cash is gonna be done away with. All right. This is why you gotta really pay attention to these videos sometimes. But you talk about total control, but then you talk about we gotta keep the physical cash will be done away with, man. Let me get this in Ezekiel the 7th chapter. All right, because how do you think they're gonna be able to bring this digital currency, and why they're gonna bring this digital currency and digital IDs? All for control. All right, they're not gonna have control if they still allow this cash, people to pay with cash, man. How is anyone gonna buy and sell? As the scripture says, they're not able to buy and sell save he had the mark. So the only way you're able to buy if you have the mark. You're not gonna have people that's gonna continue to pay with cash, because they're gonna get rid of this cash. That's what we're seeing right now. This is Ezekiel 7:19. It says, "They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity." The point is, they shall cast the silver in the streets, and their gold. A lot of people look at, cash as real money, which is just paper. It ain't real money. All right, but real soon, the money system, this cash is gonna be worthless, man. You're gonna have there's gonna be no use for all your dollar bills that you got stored up in your safe, man. There's no need to flex how much you got, man.
Every time you tap a card or use a phone to pay, you are helping them build the digital prison. Cash is the last form of private spending we have. You must use it or we will lose it. You should also
and at least know this. That's
focus on
why
becoming less dependent on the system.
You're gonna lose it anyway.
Try to pay off your debts as fast as you can. When you have debt, you are vulnerable to interest rates and banking rules. Right? Real freedom comes from owning things out. Right. Start learning practical skills like growing your own food.
We're not freedom. We're not free. Okay? All that shit don't matter. You could grow your own food, your own that, And you have people that talk about, oh, we gotta grow our own food, man, but you have a small fucking backyard, man. You need acres of land, man. And you one planter or garden, that's not enough food to satisfy, not even
Or repairing your
can't
own
even
home.
satisfy your
If the
family,
digital
let
system
alone
ever
you.
locks you out, you need to be able to
Okay.
survive without it. Finally, build real relationships with your neighbours.
Build real relationship with your neighbors, man. This is why the scriptures say that neighbors shall fight one another like enemies. All right, all that. Let's get together and go against systems. Let's build a small community. It might work for a little bit until all the supplies run out, man. Until the belly start growling. Okay. Let me see. Let me get this. I think it's 2 Ezra 6. Yep, 2 Ezra 6 and 24, it says, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountains shall stand still. In 3 hours they shall not run. Right, man. So the friends shall fight each other like enemies. So it don't matter, man. You could be cool, but what's going to make them fight each other? Because of the lack of bread and great tribulation. All right, when we go to the 15th chapter of 2 Ezra, let's get that real quick. 2 Ezra 15 and 17. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Right, man. That's what's gonna happen. All right, get closer to your neighbors. That shit don't matter, man. The scripture says the love of many is gonna wax cold. All right, people are different when there's a lack of things, man. When there's a lack of food. Okay, all this neighboring, let's get together. Which, like I said, you're gonna have communities. You're gonna have people that are gonna get together, probably go out in the mountains to try to survive. But when the resources get very low, when no one got shit, that's when it's gonna go haywire, man. Okay, you're gonna have other people that don't got shit that's gonna try to take your shit. You can have people inside your own dwelling place trying to take what you got, man. Okay, because think about it, and people in America are selfish, man. There's a word. They're all about themselves. They don't care about others. Okay. I forgot what movie I watched. It was like a apocalyptic movie, and everyone was in a group trying to survive, and you had this one. They found food, but you had one guy in the group that already ate everything without telling anybody, because he was just thinking about himself. That's how it's gonna be. So getting together, all this neighbor, that shit ain't gonna work, man. It might work and only get so far. All right, because great tribulation like the world has never seen is coming to this place, man. And the only way to escape it is Yahweh Bashim
One
Yahweh.
local
There's
community
nothing that
is the best
we can do
defense
to
against the
escape it, man.
centralized digital world. We have to build.
Okay. And there's no defense. There's nothing. The only defense is Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. That's the only defense. Okay? Which the Lord is going to defend his elect, all right? But let me end this with a few scriptures. Let's get Proverbs chapter 12. No, Proverbs 11. I'm Slakia, Proverbs 11. And 18, it says, the wicked worketh a deceitful work. And what is the work? That New World Order. Having everybody chip. All right? And they're going to do it deceitfully. They're going to make it where it's going to be by convenience. They're also going to use it. They're also going to use their laws. Like King Charles, he made it mandatory for all citizens of the UK to have a digital ID. It's mandatory. You have to have it. Or you can't participate in society over there. So you have to have a digital ID. okay? Which is ultimately going to lead to what? Everyone having a having a chip inside of them. All right, but Esau's going to deceive the world into taking it. Trap the world. Trap these people, man. Because ultimately, they want to separate the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Indians from the Most High. And they know that the only way to separate them is if you get that chip, man. Which they are going to get a lot of our people to take the chip. But the ones that are not going to get is the elect, man. They're not going to get the elect of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay? But it says, the wicked worketh the deceitful work, but to him that soweth righteousness shall be a sure reward. And part of that reward is going to be saved from this, man. Saved when there's a lack of bread and great tribulation. All right? Let me get, wait, there was more than that. Proverbs 12:20 says, deceit is in the heart of them that imagine evil. All right? And who is imagining evil? Esau, Edom. What evil are they trying to, are imagining that they're trying to establish on earth? That New World Order. All right, and part of the New World Order is having everyone chip, which they're going to do it deceitfully, man. They're going to make it in a way of convenience for you. All right, let's end it here in Psalms 10:7. Psalms 10:7 says, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit, and fraud under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret place doeth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privately set against the poor. Right, man? Because his agenda is to get rid of you Israelites. All right? To make our name no more remembrance. Okay? Of so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. And Esau knows that we're the sand of the sea. He knows that there's Israelites sprinkled among the other nations. That's why he's going to have a chip, man. And that chip is going to be that's going to be that device that's going to separate you from your God, man, and have them have total control over you. They're going to trap the world, man. They're going to do it in a deceitful way. Okay? It says, he lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doeth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. And what's that net? That they're gonna catch the poor, which is us Israelites, the tribes. All right, that net is that chip, man. All right, they're gonna crash this economy, make things very hard for you, make things very hard for people to live. Or people are gonna ask for a solution. They're gonna create all this chaos. People are gonna ask for a solution. All right, and that solution is to have you get that chip, man. That's gonna be the ultimate solution. And the only one that is gonna resist and stay strong unto the end, even unto death, is the Lord's elect, which we hope us sincere believers of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua hope to be a part of, man. So with that, I hope this was edifying. I want to give all honor